Hey, what's up? I'm Joel Madden, and this is Artist Friendly. On this episode, I'll be talking to musician, DJ, New York Times bestselling author, TV personality, and iconic drag queen, Trixie Mattel. Let's go.
We're gonna pivot, that's my kind. I don't want no bad times. I don't wanna have bad.
Yeah, I think you can get away with glitter.
This is the industry. You ever get into a little glitter? You used to wear a lot of makeup.
I used to wear a lot of makeup. We have that in common.
Ow. Ow. My hair.
Your hair looks great.
I had to pull out a hair. Ow.
How long does it take you to do your hair?
You know what? I don't want to ask anybody to validate me, but for this thing today, I came into the studio yesterday and made this wig for this because I just wanted to feel like I was presenting myself.
You really did.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say, I really appreciate you coming in with the full experience because this is what I hope for.
Good.
The hair looks amazing.
Thank you. But you did you always do your own makeup or did you have somebody?
I did my own makeup.
All the time?
Back then, yeah, I used to it was very simple. I would take eyeliner, and then I would just put some spit on my finger and just rub it.
Oh, okay.
And rub it. And my brother had the streaks and stuff, but it was pretty easy. But yeah, we used to wear a lot of eyeliner.
I'm familiar with spitting on the finger. Not in the makeup environment.
Okay.
But very sophisticated. I bet you guys had access to the best, coolest products. And you're like, no, I'll take my shitty black eyeliner. Thank you very much.
Yeah. I still don't know a lot about makeup, but I certainly know more because, my wife is such a glamorous woman when she wants to be.
She is. I know you have a twin and I kind of have the same experience with your wife. People always think we're the same person.
Yeah.
Because we're so petite and blonde.
Yeah.
And, people are like, is that?
Do you get a lot of Nicole?
A lot of Nicole, especially when I tan, because, her look for so long was very platinum, very tan.
Yes.
Very darker eyes.
Yes.
And that's a little like me.
Yeah. I can see that.
And also we're in the same tax bracket and, we're both very connected. We're both, Lionel Richie's both of our fathers.
Yes. Yeah.
It's not the same.
Yeah. Yeah. Nicole also, have you guys hung out before?
No, but I think in my mind we have. But
I feel like you guys would really have a good time.
Yes.
She is a fun girl.
She seems like, for lack of a better term, a little mini drag queen on the inside.
That I was gonna say, I was trying to find my way of saying Nicole is a drag queen, but she is kind of she does really well with the drag queens. I think there's something very free that she has, the spirit she has. There's a through line there. I know she went on RuPaul's on Drag Race once and did a guest judge
to
thing.
compete.
Yeah.
She was competing.
She wasn't competing. Well, in her mind, she was competing.
Right.
So she was looking at the hair and the clothes, and she was definitely competing. But, there's a wildness to her that I feel like you guys would really hit it off. You've met Cam.
Yes. So speaking of you surrounding yourself with drag queen people, I met your brother and Cameron, of course, at a drag show.
Yes.
I went to meet Orville Peck at a drag show.
Yes.
And he was there and I was like, why? I was like, this is a little random here. And apparently during COVID, your brother and Cameron started watching Drag Race, their little activity.
Yeah, it's one of Cam's favorite shows.
Yeah, and apparently he was like, oh, that became her religion during COVID.
Oh, you're revered in their house.
Wow. She's revered in my house.
This is one of the episodes I talk to them about my show all the time. And we talk every day. We're very close. And this episode is a very big deal in our family. Cameron is a huge, huge fan.
Well, again,
and Benj as well, and me and all of us. I mean, Nicole's funny because she's just been down since day one. She's always been down with. But they became huge fans of the show, and then it opened the world up, and they're real big fans.
You guys probably always all have gay people in your orbit all the time.
There's gay people everywhere.
You can't escape it.
Yeah.
It's really an epidemic. There used to be so few and they were so hush hush about it.
Yeah.
And now you're cisgender, a young cisgender person who is with the opposite sex is like, I'm queer. Everybody, I think the cat's out of the bag.
Cat's out of the bag. And I grew up in a place where it was really not okay. I don't care what anyone says because it's not that culturally there everyone said it's not okay. That's not it. Maryland is a very liberal place, but in the small towns, if you're different, whatever kind of different you are, you're different. So it's not that people are consciously shouting like, you know what I'm talking about. I think it's like the school was like football players, and it was like very much like that normal kind of American story that you used to like watch in the movies.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of like where I grew up. Really nice people, but if you were different, you were different. And so I didn't have, and I grew up in a very troubled family, but also super religious. So like those tend to go hand in hand weirdly.
It shows. It shows.
Yeah. For me?
Yeah. Just kidding.
It does a little bit. Hence me having the show, because this is just like my therapy, right? And I was always felt like a bit of a misfit. And then we start our band and we are like, we do our thing. And in my mind, I was really different. But then you go into a career in rock and roll and in music, and you get to meet everybody. And then certainly I married Nicole. I've been with Nicole for 18 years. She's surrounded by gay people.
She's a gay man magnet.
She's just got, yes. She's like, that would constitute probably like 70% of her friends.
Right.
So it's been great because I have a lot of friends who are not a lot of drag queen friends though. So that's why I'm excited to talk to you, because I think it's such a cool way to live your life.
It's all right. I mean,
you're one of the biggest drag queens in the world.
Yeah, even height wise, I'm pretty big. Well, actually, no. There's a lot of big drag queens, and I like my drag queens on the extreme. I like either pocket-sized little bitches,
okay, or
like skyscrapers.
Yeah,
because RuPaul out of drag even is like 6'5", 6'6" or something.
Yeah,
and in drag she is. I mean, I'm not kidding. Her hair would touch the roof in this room.
Yeah,
I love giants in drag, physical giants, because I also think, the big hair and the big shoes. There's something about height that takes control of the room. Something about giant people.
It's imposing.
It's imposing, and you're like an avatar walking around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You are like, all right, well, whether or not you're conservative, I'm bigger than you.
Yeah.
And I'll fight you. And I probably run faster than you in these shoes. So I'll chase you.
You will.
Yeah.
I can tell that.
Yeah. Back to your rusted down car. So take the tires out with the nail file. No, I wouldn't do anything like that. But drag is great because, similarly maybe to music, was all those things about you that are weird. There's this little pocket, this little world where all those things are superpowers. And you're like, all right, my swishy little walk and my know-it-all attitude and my mouth that gets me in trouble at every single job and every school I ever went to. There's this whole area where that gets you paid. I'm like, well, that's what I'm going to do, And I'm sure it was like that for you. Yes. As you said, you were troubled.
Yes.
Troubled youth.
Yeah.
On the verge of a breakdown.
Totally.
About to be human trafficked or something.
Yeah, I'm lucky to be alive.
Yeah. And then you put on the eyeliner and stuff and you're like, well, this is how I'm showing. Was it weird for you to do something where like, in this zip code in Maryland, I'm a freak. But in these ways, it's like commercially successful. That must have been so surprising.
Yeah, I think the thing I struggled with my entire life up until 18 was I was not special.
Because there's literally a copy of you walking around.
Yeah, it's true. I have a twin brother and we're the same. But I didn't feel loved. I didn't feel special. And I think every person deserves to feel loved and special. And I think, and to be themselves, to live their life and be themselves and feel special.
Yeah.
And I know that might sound like a lot of people in the world, especially the world we live today, it's very cynical, and it's very, you're most of the time, if you make a statement like everyone deserves to feel special, people are going to argue with you that no one's special.
Right.
Right. And that's not true. At our best, we are all special.
Oh yeah.
At our worst, none of us are, and we all fight. Right. So
yeah, that's exactly how I feel. Sometimes with problems, I'm always like, one of the best things about having a problem is you ain't that special. The reality check of yourself is like, you're not the only one who has had a problem with your self-esteem or your self-image or a money problem. In your problem ways, you're really not that special, which hopefully is comforting.
Yeah.
But in your good ways, you really are special.
The sameness of all of us is that we all have problems. Life is hard. And at the end, we all die.
We sure alone.
The sameness of us all, the through line that we can all relate to, the reason we can have empathy for one another when we are struggling is because we all know we're not off the board from having that too. So when someone else loses someone they love or they go through a hard time, and certainly if any of us are being attacked for who we are, right? So we could see that and have empathy for one another because we all, in our deepest sense of who we are, know that's not off the table for me either. At some point in my life, I may go through a hard time like that. And so there's like, it's like watching someone fall and you go, oh, right? That's our natural empathy.
Yeah.
It's the pain we can feel, right? I feel that when I watch people go through the world because I find myself to be a very open person in the sense of like, I just don't have a problem with anyone most of the time.
Yeah.
Unless I see someone being a bully or mean to someone, that's when I tend to have a problem with someone. But like most of the time, I don't care what anyone else is doing. When I see people suffer, I feel, for whatever reason, I feel it deeply. But that's the sameness of all of us, I think. And then what makes us special is like who we are. And if we get the confidence or we're encouraged enough to express ourselves, that's our differences. And that's the part, that's why I always want to talk to people, because I like to discover what makes someone special.
Well, I think for drag, it's nice because I guess you are special, but in a lot of ways, like you dress up as someone else. And so it's sort of like in drag, it's like you are a star.
Yeah.
We just have to change your gender, your name, your height, the shapes of your face, your voice, and how you smell. But you're a star.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of nice because you get to feel like a star.
Well, you create a superhero.
Yeah, but you get to go home and be Clark Kent or
Right.
whatever Wonder Woman. Do people know Wonder Woman's real name? Like they always talk about Clark Kent and Superman. Was it Wonder Woman?
Gal Gadot.
Yeah. Oh no, what's her goddamn Diana?
Yeah.
That's her name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like those Wonder Women movies?
Yeah.
I fuck with those too.
I do too.
I know it's kind of like corny, but I love those superhero movies.
I like them.
Yeah.
I'm down for a superhero movie.
You're an empathetic person. Do you have a hard time watching YouTube videos of people fighting?
Yes.
Okay. I was just going to say, that's where you and I might differ because I love to watch like a TikTok of, I do love to watch like a TikTok of high schoolers fighting.
Yeah.
Love.
I think it appeals to the primal part of us where I think if I was attacked, I would fight. When I was younger, I used to get into fights and stuff.
Really?
But yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Even at your height.
Yeah.
You just go for it.
Little guy. I was just a little banshee.
Well, lower center of gravity, you can't get knocked over.
Yeah. That's why I have a hard time with Twitter because you'll just scroll and there's just like terrible videos of like people shooting each other and people fighting. And I'm like, why would this, it really shocks me that someone would put that up in the first place.
Yeah.
And they're doing it for the clicks or the views. Like it's literally just to rope us in. I struggle with that because it makes me feel sad.
What about the wholesome side of it as a performer, which is watching other performers fall on stage? Because that's sort of like, I've been there.
Yes. I'll watch that cautiously. Like I'll feel bad for them, but then I'll also go like, well, I've done that before.
Right. Like I don't want to watch Pink's bungee cord snap and have her be killed.
No.
But I might watch like, oh, Beyonce stumbled. So it's okay that all performers sometimes stumble.
It actually makes me like them more.
Yeah. Like, remember the video of Beyonce's hair getting cut in the fan?
I didn't see that.
Well, I'm bald, so I knew that's not going to happen to me. If my hair got caught in a fan, it would get snatched off my head. Glue would give and it would just...
How often are you in a wig?
Oh, God. I mean, I never do bald drag.
Okay.
It's Easter once a year.
Right.
You know, Easter eggs exist once a year.
Yeah, the Easter Bunny comes once a year.
But I like to wear wigs, and I will wear them 15 years into drag. I guess I like wigs.
Are you 15 years in?
Yeah.
That's
I started
amazing.
when I was 18. I'm 34 now. So what is that? 16 years maybe?
Yeah, 16 years.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in rural Wisconsin.
Wow.
Deep, deep country, right?
Yeah.
To like trailer on a dead end dirt road, you know. This is crazy. It was 2-hour bus ride to school and 2-hour home every day.
Wow. Mine was an hour. I thought that was bad. 2 hours is real.
Yeah, 2 hours in the morning. I would get on the bus for an 8 a.m. arrival. I'd get on the bus at about 5:45.
Oh my God.
Ride 2 hours to school.
And what was that like?
I mean,
Rural Wisconsin, I kind of have an idea of it. I mean, you obviously weren't going to school in drag.
No, I
there.
wasn't going to school in drag. I didn't start drag till I was like 18 because I was so removed from anything gay that I didn't even know what gay really was.
Right.
I mean, I knew I had crushes on guys and I knew it was like, I had the sense to not tell everyone.
Right.
Because honestly, I went to such a small town and there wasn't other gay teenage boys.
Right.
So if I'm not here to date, I'm not here to buck. I'm not going to tell everybody that.
Right.
So I just like got good grades and did music and did band. So I was just like kind of a nerd.
What kind of music did you do?
I played guitar in the jazz band, and then I played clarinet in like the marching band because I loved band.
Right.
Because, I got to go to the football games and I wasn't exactly athletic.
Right.
So I was, marching around the field, playing my little Thriller, whatever we were playing. And then I would ride 2 hours to and from school every day, which was kind of nice because I got to listen to 2 hours, 4 hours a day of top 40 radio for like 10 years.
Right.
So I got really familiar with the kids on the radio. And I don't know, that's all I knew. So I'd always lived that far from school.
Yeah.
So then later in life, I was like, that was fucked. 4 hours a day, 5 days a week.
Yeah, you don't realize it till later if someone said, hey, you want to go back and do that again? You're like, fuck no, I don't want to do that again.
Yeah, also, I liked going to school, but like, mom homeschooled me at that point.
Yeah.
Because we had a lot of homeschool kids around us.